Okay, so my activity is based off my lesson 2 program. It's called Soccer Knockout. So it's based off of a square grid marked off by just plastic cones, 30 by 30, or you can change the sides to be smaller or larger, or do 2 different areas if you want, depending on how many students there are. And the main goal is to work on the students' abilities that were taught at the beginning of the lesson. This is sort of the implementation of those. And so the goal is for students to have a ball. And the first part is each student has a ball and they're dribbling around that square grid. And they're going to dribble around and attempt to knock off someone else's ball. There's a few rules to the game. You must have control of your balls, so to speak, in your personal bubble. When you try to knock someone's ball off, you can't push the ball that way and then run off and kick someone else's ball away. If your ball's kicked out, you must run and get it and then do 5 jumping jacks or 5 burpees or whatever is deemed necessary, and then re-enter and you can continue to play. And that's that. So that's the first part of it. The second part is once they've sort of gotten that control down, the second part is similar to Red Rover in a sense, where 1/3 of the students will put their ball aside, and then they'll become sort of the Red Rovers, and their job will be to try to steal soccer balls from them. This part of the lesson is focused on controlling and maintaining sort of your space around people. So there'll be 2/3 of the class, or how many is deemed appropriate, will attempt to shield the ball and keep it away from other students, and the other students will be trying to take away the ball. If the student's ball is knocked out, the student who knocked away the ball gets to keep that ball and continue playing the game and shield from others, and the student who's had the ball knocked out will exit, do 5 jumping jacks, push-ups, wait a second, whatever's appropriate, and then re-enter and become the Red Rover. So a challenge for students who have some necessary skills is you can say, okay, if you're right-footed and you're very skilled with that, dribble on your left foot. That makes development for the left side of the foot, more quickly applied. Aid for students who maybe aren't really getting it is, or having trouble, or it's competitive, is you can sort of call break in the middle and have one of the students sort of come up and help you explain, show tips. There's not really a good way in a large activity like this to sort of shelter a student. It's more just getting them practice and getting them used to the experience of having the ball by their feet. And measuring success in this activity is not based on how many times a student takes away a ball, but how well a student sort of shows those basic skills. So if a student can show me they can put the ball by their feet in their little general area and sort of just do that, then that's sort of success. So that's the activity. It takes around 20-25 minutes, spaced out maybe 10-15 minutes for each section, the soccer knockout and the sort of steal the ball part. So that's the lesson.
Thanks, man.